All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Gridiron Uncensored podcast. And we're back in black tonight. Look at us. Look at us, beautiful. We're talking Big 12. We're talking, conference projections, predictions, I guess I should say. We just did the ACC. We did the group of five. Again, let us know your thoughts on that on YouTube. But this one feels like such a wide open conference to me. I think some others feel it's just cut and dry. You lose Texas, you lose Oklahoma. I feel like you're looking for somebody to really step into the void here. I know that the guys that are still around may not feel that way. There's no void; they're gone. But when you're looking, from the outside looking in, there's a void. So let's see who jumps in. Let's see who steps up. Is it the newcomers or is it the old dogs that have been around for a minute? What do you guys think? Let's go ahead and get into it. Contenders, pretenders, dark horses, and our final conference championship pick. Who's playing in it and who wins it? Gentlemen, contenders for this conference. I'm gonna throw out mine because I think I've got more than you guys do. I'm struggling, man. I can't figure out who's gonna win this gosh dang conference. But my contenders are Utah, Oklahoma State, Kansas State, Iowa State, and Arizona. I got everybody.
My God, what is happening? Just say the Big 12 is going to win the Big 12.
Somebody's going to win the goddamn thing. All right, I'll elaborate further if you guys have something. You go ahead.
You have time for that?
I don't know. You tell me. You guys tell me yours. Tell me yours, and I'll go later.
Good God!
If I get, I'm sure.
I was going to go with an obvious one, but I'll try and avoid it. But so my primary contender is going to be Kansas. Secondary contender, because I do have a secondary, is Utah.
I only laugh because I know who that's.
I know. Yeah. I might as well. You know what? I need him to just send me some Kansas gear. I wonder if I could get him to buy some for me. That'd be great.
Sorry, Trevor.
Standing bet. That's what I need to do with him.
There you go. Oh man, so Kansas.
Make him wear some Jayhawk stuff. That'd be great. Oh yeah. Anyway, Kansas. The reason I picked Kansas is simply because they do not have to play a lot of teams. They avoid legitimately. Well, they avoid Okie State. They avoid Utah. They avoid Arizona. And I don't think they have to play. Yeah. Like their schedule lines up so good, guys. Like seriously. The Kansas schedule minus maybe 2 games of being maybe a tight spread, or as far as like favorite to being an underdog, I feel like they'd be favorites in just about every game that they played this year or close to it. So that's why I picked Kansas. Utah, look, we know what Utah is. And you kind of know, as long as they can keep that quarterback healthy, they should be there. I don't know, Blake, what do you got on your contenders?
I'll solely just like Utah to just win outright. I think Kyle Whittingham's just a hell of a coach. Cam Rising, pending him staying healthy, but I think even without him, I think they'll do just fine. They got 8 or 9 coming back on defense. I think it's just going to be too much in the Big 12. And I do like Kansas. My only issue with Kansas is the health of Jalen Daniels. He seems to get hurt a lot, and without him, what was the guy last year that come in that you destroyed my life? No, that's not going to work.
He's gone now. He's gone.
I know he's gone, but that just brought back the most cringy thing I've ever heard in my life. But
I don't know. I said some pretty cringy stuff last season. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but the bean takes the cake. That one made me like literally want to slam my face in drywall.
We really got to refry this right now.
I'll dip into it. But if he can stay healthy, I do think Kansas, they've got a chance. I just don't trust it enough to, put them in as the contender. I just feel like Utah's got too much talent there for me.
Utah for me, they're loaded again defensively, and Whittingham alone is a huge plus. Defensively, it's just a strong team, and that's the type of style of play that I usually lean into, saying that they're going to win the big ones. But their schedule is pretty tough. You play Oklahoma State, you play Arizona, you play Iowa State. You have a game against UCF at the very end there. Don't overlook, teams like, Baylor with their new offense. I'm not saying Baylor's going to be, world beaters, but they could trip you up. Last year it was tight because, Cam Rising couldn't play. So let's see. I'm a little bit concerned about Rising and his knee, but he's had so long to recover. I feel like he's going to be, right back at it. That's why they are a contender for me. But yeah, Iowa State, they bring back so much. I like I like what they're doing. Their quarterback play is really strong. So that's kind of what I've got them up there. Schedule lines up pretty decently. They do have some games that you could trip up on. West Virginia, UCF. You do play at Kansas, at Utah, and then you play Kansas State. So it's the back end really is tough. Kansas State, you guys have already covered them. Kansas State's a team that's got a lot going for them. New quarterback, though, does concern me, but there's, I think he's a talented guy in Avery. So yeah, there are a lot of teams here. Arizona, again, I know they've got a coaching change, but Fafita and McMillan alone, they've got, solid running backs coming in. I think they could be dangerous. Boys, let's go ahead and talk some pretenders. Because I know I named half of them as
you did
contenders, but there's a couple teams that people are really saying are going to do good this year, and could win the conference outright. I think one of them's close. My other one, I'm just saying it for the lulz. So let's see what you guys say on pretenders before I jump into mine.
Well,
oh Lord, Terry.
Wow. This one goes out to good old friends. I got the pretender being good old Kansas State / Arizona. I think both of them will not be sniffing the conference title by the end of the season.
Oh, that's brutal.
Pretenders, I've got. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just going to say, I just think their schedules don't line up nice enough to make a run. And that's just where it goes to. And I don't have as much confidence. If Jedfish was still in Arizona, they would be my contender. Hands down, bar none, no questions asked. But breaking into a new offense, he was only a freshman last year. I'm betting that he will not be able to make the adjustment, but we will see.
Yeah. No, that's fair on Arizona. Like, what were you about to say?
I got Oklahoma State as the pretender. I mean, they're notorious for it. I mean, year in and year out. Well, I mean, go back 10 years. They've had so many big names over the years.
That's true.
Justin Blackman, Des Bryant. I mean, the list goes on, and they never seem to get over that hump. It's 8 wins, 9 wins, and then they drop the big game though. And then there's years where they do, they'll pull the upset on like Oklahoma and whatnot, but then they'll turn around and lose to Baylor or Iowa State, something like that. And
UCF last year,
yeah, UCF bad tue. I mean, I just don't. They're like Miami to me. They always have talent, and I think Ollie Gordon's probably one of the best running backs, if not the best running back in the nation. And I mean, he's the best on college football 25, baby. But I don't think. Yeah, I mean, you can't be a one horse show and win it all. I just don't see it out of them. I don't trust Mike Gundy. That mullet ruined it for me. And I think they're a pretender.
Oh man. So For me, pretenders, I've got West Virginia. I'm not a Neil Brown believer personally. I know he had a solid, season last year, but when you look at who they played last year, uh, and pull up their schedule again, they didn't beat the good teams that they played. They beat the teams that they should have beaten. Now I know they've got a really strong quarterback play. I like Garrett Green, but I want to see how they step into this 2024. I see potential there on them contending, but I don't think they have enough to be what some people are saying. That's why they're a pretender to me. Not saying they're a bad team. Again, when we say pretender, not saying we're not shitting on the team. We're just saying they don't have enough to get to the conference championship game. That week one against Penn State, though, for West Virginia, that's going to be a teller. And then Colorado, I'm shitting on this one, okay, because I see a lot of media saying that, oh, this Colorado team, no, shut the hell up. No, it's not happening. So put a lid on it. I'm done with Colorado. They might be better, yes, but are they going to be contending? Are they going to be even around this? No, they're more than a pretender. They're losers. All right, I don't know.
Well, I don't even consider them a pretender because they are what they are, and that is trash.
They're trash.
So they can't even pretend to be good.
Yeah, so they're in their own category. I just had to throw a shot. So the rest of you pretenders, you're not in the category. All right, so I'm sorry for even saying them with them, but I had to do it. Let's talk some dark horses, gentlemen, because there's, again, to me, this conference is just deep, and anybody can win this thing. Let's talk some dark horses then, boys. Go ahead.
I only got one, so if you guys got multiple, go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, I'll name mine off because I do think there are a few that could make a splash. Arizona, the Flying Fajita, McMillan, and I agree with what you said, Trevor, about the coaching change. But in my eyes, those players could have left and went anywhere, and they met with the coach. I think they liked what they saw, and I think he's going to scheme around what he's got there in Arizona. And Noah Fafita, I mean, he's a lots out player as a freshman coming in, how he did last year. I mean, there's no telling what kind of offers that kid got in the transfer portal.
Yeah, ridiculous. Something that borders on the ridiculous, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'm sure. I just think they've got a lot of talent, and I think they can make a lot of noise, especially if it does come together. Another one that I do think people are sleeping on is Iowa State. They are returning virtually the whole team from last year. They're very young, yes, but Matt Campbell has a way. He's never really got over that edge either, a lot like I trashed Oklahoma State for, but he's never been expected to. And this year, I really think I like the pieces he's got in place, and I think that experience is going to carry them far into the season. That's really it as far as like an actual dark horse, but I will just an honorable mention. I will throw out Texas Tech. They got a lot out of the transfer portal. I'm not going to say like Brendan did last year that they're going to outright win the conference or anything like that. But again, depending on how well they mesh, I think they've got really good pieces in place to have a successful season, and Kansas State as well. A lot of it's dependent on how Avery Johnson plays, but I like him. I mean, I think he's really going to grow throughout the season. And I just think Kleiman has a way with players, and I think it'll work out for him.
Yeah, Blake, I'm with you on Texas Tech as a dark horse. I know last year I was really buying into that hype. This year,
I was going to say you're a glutton.
Hey, I'm throwing it back just a little bit as a dark horse, but I do love what they have at quarterback and running back. They've got some pieces coming in through the portal. I think they're going to be a danger team. Not necessarily going to win it all, but they'll be dangerous. And then my other one was UCF. They've done a lot in the portal, coaching, everything. I think this is going to be a team to really watch out for that could screw somebody's season up. And if they get lucky, they might be playing in the damn game. And if the thing about this conference too is if they all beat each other up like I expect them to, I don't know, it could be a couple, 2-loss teams, 3-loss teams playing in the conference championship. I have no idea. So that's kind of where I'm at with UCF, but dark horse to me. Let's talk then, I guess, conference champions and the conference championship game.
You just gonna tell Trevor no?
I'm just gonna go F myself.
Not tonight.
I'm just gonna go F myself.
I was looking at my paper and I was like, "Yep, my bad." No, Trevor, I'm sorry. You said you only had one. Who is it?
You already stole it. It's UCF. But whatever.
Man, I'm sorry. No, say more. I want to hear it.
No. I just like their schedule. Honestly, I think their schedule lines up actually really well.
Sorry.
I know they got to play Utah and Arizona, but outside of that, like the Florida game could really mess their season up. Honestly, I don't anticipate TCU, Colorado, Cincy, Iowa State, maybe BYU could be a problem, but I don't know. They're a dark horse for a reason. I like what they're doing. I like their offense. I think UCF has a good opportunity. I don't think it's the best opportunity considering I just think there's a lot of deep teams in the conference this season. And we'll just have to see how it plays out. But I think UCF has done really well for themselves. And I think that they're going to make a lot of people open their eyes to what they can do, especially Deion Sanders in Colorado.
Yeah. Hey, sorry again, Trev. I didn't mean to do that.
I was just giving you a hard time, man.
No.
I'm a forgettable face. It's okay.
Hey, my brain's fried half the time. So, and not from drugs. I'm just tired, I guess. But I just had to say it, you know.
It's from smoking those cigarettes with Todd Spackler.
That's right. Todd Spackler. You guys.
The Spack attack.
What's for dinner, Puff Mama? Chili?
No.
Hold on.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord. Sorry about that. All right, guys, let's get back on track. You know, we like to be silly. All right, let's go on and talk about conference champion. Now that we went back to Trevor, and let's see who you guys think is going to actually play in this game. I'm still struggling here. What do you guys think?
I think Utah is going to win the Big 12.
Yeah, just straight up.
I think they will win it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's actually going to be Utah and Kansas. They're just going to be my contenders. I have a hard time thinking that UCF or even some of the other teams that you guys mentioned that could be contenders or dark horses for that matter get into this game. I mean, it's going to take a lot for one of those other teams, I think, to do it, and they're going to have to upset somebody.
Man, I every part of me wants to say it's Utah. I look at the schedules, and I think it's tough for Utah, even though they've got a lot of things going for them at Oklahoma State, the Arizona game, the Iowa State game, who I've got a lot of respect for this Iowa State team this year. And then I look at Arizona's schedule, and the Kansas State game doesn't count towards the conference play this year. I think it was it was out of conference already. So like doing the research on that, I'm like, they could lose to Kansas State, and that won't affect anything. They could lose to Utah and then win out, and they could be, a one-loss conference, playing in the conference championship. So I've got Arizona playing in it against Iowa State is who I've got playing, and I think Iowa State comes away with it. I don't know why. I've just got a feeling. I know I'm kind of going out on a limb on these conference championship picks, but
I really like the Iowa State pick in general. I mean, like I said, they're at the top of my list for the dark horse. I will say though about the Utah schedule, I get where you're coming from on it because I started to kind of feel that way.
Yeah.
But then when you look back at the Pac-12 with Utah, they're not facing any caliber opponent that they haven't played before.
Very true.
Because they've played the USCs, the Oregons. I mean, it's been there.
Yeah. That's
and
fair.
I think that's going to help them. And same for Arizona. They're not going to see anything in the Big 12 that they didn't see in the Pac-12.
Yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point.
Style of offense is definitely very similar to the Pac-12 or what was the Pac-12.
Yeah, RIP to them. I just worry about trip ups.
Yeah, but that's with any team though.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like this Utah team is going to be strong. That's why I've got so many contenders because Utah could win it. Oklahoma State, they've got a lot returning. They're going to have a strong offensive line. Can Bowman do better? Was my thing. And when we did the previews, I know he's been around a minute. It's his second season in this set of offense, so that might help him. But I'm just a little bit concerned about that from Bowman. Other than that, and like you said, they always tend to drop a game that they should not. And looking at their schedule, they could do that. Yes, they play Arkansas out of conference. That doesn't matter. Utah, Kansas State, West Virginia, 3 back-to-back. That's a tough stretch, man. And then towards the end, you've got to play Texas Tech, like we mentioned, as a dark horse. And don't sleep on Colorado, man.
I'm sleeping.
Sleep on them, baby.
I've been asleep for a while.
Watch, they'll lose to Colorado now that we're saying that. Colorado will come out and do it, but I don't know.
Colorado will be improved, but they still
will.
ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah, so that's my thoughts on it. Iowa State, I think I got them winning it. Little last minute curveball, but that's what I'm going with.
That'd be amazing because I think that would probably if that happens. Wait, you said Iowa State and who?
Arizona.
So if memory serves, what's Utah got? Does Utah have to play in both?
Utah plays Iowa State and Arizona.
Okay, so that would mean that they would both have to beat Utah.
Yeah, and so I really like Arizona. I like Fafita, McMillan. Obviously that's a dangerous duo. I'm a little bit worried about Utah, on offense, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's gonna be close, and it really.
It's not out of the realm of possibilities.
Yeah. I don't know, boys. I don't know. I guess we'll see when we get there. Things kick off really soon. Utah's got their first game at August 29th against Southern Utah. So it's coming up. It's coming up quick. Any last thoughts on the Big 12, gentlemen, before we close out for the evening?
Nope.
No. I think that does it.
It's going to be a fun ass conference, in my opinion. I think there's going to be a lot of turmoil. It won't be as chalk as people might say, in my opinion. So we'll see when we get there. But thank you guys again. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that stuff that we always tell you. There's a button down there.
Hit that button
on YouTube. That helps.
And do not forget, we will be going live for reactions during the season on Sunday.
Yes.
Mark it on your calendars.
Yes.
It's happening.
When we get into the thanks for reminding me, Trev. I about forgot that when we get into the season predictions and all that stuff coming up before week 0, the reaction show will be Sunday and it will be live, and then we usually do another episode on Tuesdays where we give you all the information about the upcoming week. So stay tuned for that. It's all coming up pretty quick. I think we're under 30 days till the season, right? Something like that.
It's
right around there. So it's coming. It's coming quick. Yeah. Get ready for it. So we'll see you guys. Have a great evening. Take care.
Later. That's